Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the world of coin collecting to uncover the fascinating story behind a tiny coin with a big reputation. You might have seen it in your change or heard about it from a friend, but few people know just how valuable, rare, and meaningful this coin really is. I'm talking about none other than the 2014 Philippines 25 Sentimo coin. Now, at first glance, this coin might look like just another small piece of pocket change. But trust me, it holds an incredible history, rich cultural meaning, and surprising collector's value. And by the end of this video, you're going to be checking your old coin jars and pocket change a lot more carefully. Let's start with the basics. The 25 Sentimo coin was issued by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, which is the central bank of the Philippines. This particular coin belongs to the new generation currency coin series, introduced as part of the country's effort to modernize its currency system and phase out older coins from circulation. The goal was not just economic, but also cultural, bringing national symbols and heritage to life through the designs on everyday currency. The 2014 25 Sentimo coin features something very special on its obverse: the elegant and symbolic sampaguita flower, which holds the title of the Philippines' national flower. It represents purity, simplicity, humility, and strength, values that resonate deeply within Filipino culture. Surrounding the flower is the text, Republica ng Pilipinas, meaning Republic of the Philippines. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see the denomination 25 Sentimo boldly displayed, with the year 2014 minted underneath, and the official logo of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas sitting proudly at the bottom. But here's where things get interesting. While this coin was made for everyday use, it quickly became popular among collectors for several reasons. Firstly, it was part of a transitional period in the Philippines' monetary history, a time when the country was moving from older, heavier, bronze and nickel coins to lighter, sleeker, modern designs. As a result, this series marks a significant shift in the nation's currency system. Secondly, though the 2014 25 Sentimo coin was widely circulated, finding one in excellent, uncirculated, or mint condition is surprisingly tough. Over time, these coins have either been heavily used, lost, or faded, making well-preserved pieces valuable to numismatists. That's the fancy word for coin collectors worldwide. And you know what makes it even more exciting? Some versions of this coin were minted with minor errors. Things like off-center strikes, double dies, or even slight design misalignments. If you're lucky enough to find one of these error coins, its value can jump from a few pesos to several hundred, even thousands, depending on the rarity and collector demand. Now, you might be wondering, what's the actual value of a regular 2014 25 Sentimo coin today? Well, in everyday transactions, it's worth just 0.25 Philippine pesos, which is barely a fraction of a US cent. But in the world of collectors, it's a different story. In mint condition, this coin can fetch anywhere from $3 to $10 online or in coin markets. Error coins, or those in complete coin sets, can reach $20, $30, or more, especially when sold to overseas collectors in the United States, Europe, or Japan, where Filipino coin collections are growing in popularity. Let's talk geography for a second, because this coin isn't just money. It's a miniature map of Filipino identity. It's used on every island, in every city and village across the Philippines, from the bustling streets of Manila to the quiet coastal towns of Palawan. The sampaguita flower isn't just a decorative element. It's a national emblem, and having it on the coin makes it a tiny ambassador of Filipino heritage. Historically speaking, coins in the Philippines trace their roots back to the Spanish colonial era in the 1500s, when Spanish coins were first introduced in the islands. Over the centuries, the country's currency has evolved through American colonization, Japanese occupation, and independence, with each era leaving its mark through unique coin designs and denominations. The 25 Sentimo coin first appeared in 1967 as part of the old Flora and Fauna series, with different designs over the decades. But the 2014 version stands out as part of the nation's drive to modernize while keeping its traditions intact. And here's a fun fact you probably didn't know. In Filipino culture, Small coins like the 25 Sentimo are sometimes used in coin-tossing games, wedding ceremonies, and even as good luck charms in wallets or piggy banks. Some people believe that carrying a 25 Sentimo coin minted in a good year, like 2014, can bring good fortune and financial blessings. Whether you believe in lucky charms or not, it's a charming little tradition that makes this coin even more special. Now, let's dive into the collector's side of things. What should you be looking for if you want to hunt one down? First, condition matters. A shiny, scratch-free 2014 25 Sentimo coin is worth far more than a worn-out one. Second, look for mint errors, double dates, misaligned designs, or missing inscriptions. Even the slightest mistake can turn a simple coin into a valuable collector's item. You'll find active communities of Filipino coin collectors on Facebook groups, Reddit threads, and numismatic forums where people buy, sell, and trade these coins. Some buyers in the United States are willing to pay top dollar for complete coin sets or rare error coins from the Philippines. And it's not just collectors. Even historians and travelers pick up these coins as unique souvenirs or conversation pieces. It's a small metallic window into Filipino culture and history. So, have you ever found a Philippines 25 Sentimo coin in your travels or pocket change? Maybe while on vacation in the Philippines, or mixed in a bundle of old coins you inherited from a family member. If you have, now's the perfect time to dig them out and take a closer look. Who knows? You might be holding a tiny treasure without even realizing it. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the story of the 2014 25 Sentimo coin, make sure to like this video, leave a comment below sharing your favorite coin story, and subscribe to the channel for more videos about rare coins, collectibles, and the fascinating history behind them. Because remember, sometimes the smallest coins carry the biggest stories. I'll see you in the next one. Next up, coin. Imagine this. You're going through a handful of old coins, maybe some forgotten pocket change from a trip years ago, and suddenly, something catches your eye. A coin that doesn't just have monetary value, but holds a story, a history, and a touch of mystery. Today, we're diving into the world of one such coin, the 1999 5 peso coin from the Philippines. A coin that, for collectors and history enthusiasts alike, carries a charm that goes far beyond its face value. At first glance, it might seem like just another everyday coin. It's round, metallic, and bears the mark of the Republic of the Philippines. But hold it a little longer, and you start to realize there's a story here. A story of a nation's history, its culture, and the people who shaped it. And today, we'll unfold that story together. Let's start with the history behind this coin. The 5 peso coin was introduced in the Philippines as part of the country's modernization of its currency. It replaced the older versions and carried a new design, one that paid tribute to an important figure in Philippine history, Emilio Aguinaldo. For those who may not know, Aguinaldo was a revolutionary leader, a symbol of Filipino independence, and the country's first president. His image on the 5 peso coin isn't just a design choice. It's a statement of pride and identity. Now, why does the year 1999 make this coin even more special? You see, the late 1990s were a significant period in the Philippines. The country was stabilizing its economy, restructuring its coinage, and aiming to reflect its national identity through everyday items, including its coins. The 1999 5 peso coin was part of that initiative, and it represents an important chapter in the nation's economic and cultural journey. Let's talk about geography for a moment. This coin was minted and circulated across the entire archipelago of the Philippines, a country made up of over 7,600 islands. From the bustling streets of Manila to the serene beaches of Palawan, this coin exchanged hands, traveled in pockets, paid for jeepney rides, street food, and small market finds. Every scratch, every worn edge tells a story of the place it's been and the hands that held it. But here's where things get really interesting. Among collectors, the 1999 5 peso coin holds a unique place because of a few special features. First, its relatively limited mintage. While it was a common coin for everyday transactions, not too many pristine versions of it remain today. Most of these coins have been spent, weathered, or lost over time. Finding one in excellent condition with clean edges and clear engravings, is becoming increasingly difficult, which, of course, increases its value in the numismatic world. And speaking of value, how much is this coin worth today? Well, like many coins, its value depends on its condition. A well-worn 1999 5 peso coin might only fetch a small premium over face value. But a coin in mint, uncirculated condition, that's a different story. In some collectors' markets, such coins have been known to fetch anywhere between $5 to $30, depending on the buyer and the rarity of the batch. It might not sound like a fortune, but for a coin that's barely 2 decades old and originally worth a fraction of a dollar, that's a solid return. Now here's something most people don't realize. Certain minting errors in a 1999 5 peso coins have made them even more valuable. Some rare pieces were struck off center, while others had doubled lettering or slight anomalies in the image of Emilio Aguinaldo. To a casual observer, these might look like small flaws, but to a coin collector, they're pure gold, figuratively speaking, of course. Such error coins have been auctioned for far higher amounts, especially if they're verified and authenticated by numismatic experts. And it doesn't stop there. The coin's design itself is a conversation starter. The obverse side features the profile of Emilio Aguinaldo, proudly facing forward, with the text República en Pilipinas and the year 1999 clearly inscribed. The reverse showcases the denomination, 5 Piso, along with the Banco Central en Pilipinas logo, the official seal of the Philippine Central Bank. It's a simple yet striking design, reflecting the pride of a nation and its historical journey. Let's talk a bit about what makes this coin culturally significant. The face of Emilio Aguinaldo is more than a tribute. It's a reminder of the Philippines' struggle for independence. Aguinaldo declared Philippine independence from Spanish colonial rule in 1898, and his leadership during a critical time in the country's history cemented his place as a national hero. Having his image on a widely circulated coin in 1999 served as a symbolic link between the country's revolutionary past and its modern aspirations. Another fascinating fact, in 1999, the Philippines was embracing both tradition and modernization. The economy was evolving, technology was on the rise, and yet the country chose to honor its historic leaders through everyday currency. It speaks volumes about a nation that values its roots while stepping into the future. Now, here's something fun for geography buffs. Because of the widespread use of this coin, it found its way not just across the Philippine Islands, but also among travelers and overseas Filipino workers. It's not uncommon to find these coins in secondhand stores, antique markets, and personal coin collections across the United States, the Middle East, and even Europe. They've become tiny ambassadors of Philippine culture, carrying with them the story of a nation. Let's dive into the making of this coin. The 1999 5 peso coin was minted in nickel-plated steel, giving it durability and a distinct metallic sheen. The choice of material was deliberate, aimed at creating a coin that could withstand the tropical climate of the Philippines, humid, often rainy, and sometimes harsh. The nickel coating helped prevent corrosion and ensured that the coin would remain recognizable even after years of use. Collectors also love this coin because of its feel. It has a solid, satisfying weight and a crisp, sharp rim that makes it easy to distinguish from other coins. For people who grew up using these coins, the sound of a 5 peso coin hitting a counter or being dropped into a vendor's hand is a nostalgic memory in itself. Another reason this coin is so special is its transition. In the years after 1999, the design of the 5 peso coin changed several times, making the 1999 version one of the last of its kind before the newer versions with different designs and features were introduced. As time goes on, this makes the 1999 coin increasingly sought after by collectors who aim to complete chronological series of Philippine coins. Let's also not forget the role this coin played in everyday life. In 1999, 5 pesos could buy you a decent street snack, a short jeepney ride, or a few school supplies. It was a practical, everyday coin, and because of this, many were heavily circulated, which is precisely why finding a high-quality, well-preserved version today is so rare. And finally, One of the most endearing facts about this coin is the way it represents a connection between the people and their history. Every time someone held a 5 peso coin with Emilio Aguinaldo's face, it was a tiny reminder of the fight for freedom, the courage of a revolutionary leader, and the enduring pride of the Philippines. So, to all you collectors, history lovers, and curious minds out there, if you ever come across a 1999 5 peso Philippine coin, hold on to it. Whether you keep it as a collectible, add it to a family memory box, or pass it on to the next generation, remember, you're not just holding a piece of metal. You're holding a tiny, powerful fragment of history. And with that, I want to hear from you. Have you ever come across a rare coin in your pocket change? Maybe a 1999 5 peso coin, or something equally surprising. Share your story in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into coin history and culture, make sure to check out my next video, where we'll uncover another rare, valuable, and fascinating coin from around the world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a piece of history. Thanks for joining me. And remember, sometimes the smallest things hold the biggest stories.